Would you like to buy a bench? The other day I was wandering through Hollownest and I came across these benches. At first I didn't think much of it, but everyone seems so obsessed with sitting on them. This city even has signage pointing exactly to where they are, so they must be important. But despite the obvious high demand for benches, nobody seems to be selling any. So I thought that this could be the perfect chance for us at Larry's Benches to provide a service to the citizens of Hollownest. First, of course, we need a stock of benches. And so, using my manifest destiny that I got from my white American heritage, I manifested the destiny of all the benches of Hollownest into our company at Larry's Benches. Now we just have a bunch of benches sitting around, depreciating in price every second. Would you like to buy one? The price? Oh, well, each bench is priced based on how unique the bench is, what the ambience around the bench is like, and how close it is to useful places or things. And don't worry, we'll only be showing you our most expensive and top-notch benches. Our first bench sits on the western wing of the City of Tears. It has a very centralized location sitting near the entrance to both the aromatic fungal wastes and the extremely moist royal waterways. Additionally, access to it is simple, as it sits just below the city storeroom station with only a handful of enemies in the way. After a slight tussle with them, you'll find yourself just tired enough to desire a rest at a bench. And this bench sates that desire perfectly. Upon sitting on it, the camera moves you and the bench off to the left of the screen, centering a massive window that's being bombarded with rain. This shift in perspective whisks you away from your travels through the city, and instead causes you to focus on what it's like to exist in the City of Tears. The rain on the window forces you to notice the sounds that you missed when you entered the room. The steady pitter-patter of individual drops and the hushed roll of the falling rain itself. And behind the rain you hear music. It takes you by the hand and leads you through the lonely halls of a fallen city trapped in the rain. This bench truly is one of the best benches that we own, and therefore we couldn't part with it for any less than 50,000 bug monies. Hey, if you've already bought all the unbreakable charms, what else do you have to spend money on anyway? Now, made as a peaceful respite for the worshippers of Un, the Temple of Un sits on the shores of the Lake of Un. Too many Uns. The Temple of Un sits on the shores of the Lake of Un, and is an immensely spiritual place to visit. Coming here is no simple task, of course, as you'll need to sneak past the hostile Moskins that roam the grassy green path. But once you reach the lake, the screen opens up to this huge open area with rays of sunlight streaming through the forest growth. And off to the left, a lonely Moskin soldier stands staring longingly towards the lake. This scenery is accented with a cacophony of crying critters and the sizzling of Un's acidic lake. And then, entering the decrepit temple here, you'll find the bench. But it isn't just any bench. This bench is a one-of-a-kind model, adorned with a leafy crown and painted with some aesthetic cracks that strike right through the middle of the rocky bench. It truly has no match in the whole of Hollownest. For its peaceful atmosphere and unique model, we require only 60,000 bug monies for this bench. For those spiritual folk, I doubt you'll find a better deal on a bench so close to a religious site. Okay, and welcome to the ancient carcass of a giant worm, or so it seems on the outside, but the insides of this massive creature have been carved out and transformed into a place of amusement for the local bugs of Hollownest. This is the Coliseum of Fools, and sitting inside is one of the more stylish benches in our collection. With its elegant pointed tips and its elongated seat, this bench blends into the pointed architecture of the Coliseum perfectly, making it feel right at home among the pugnacious arena competitors resting in the background. And off to the side is one of the many benefits the Coliseum provides for its visitors: a hot spring plunge that can heal any ailment. And when you tire of the hot spring, you can make the journey up to watch some bloodthirsty bugs duke it out on the arena. Just be careful not to get any bug juice on your clothes. Ugh. All this for the low price of 70,000 bug monies. Now, deep in the foul-smelling sewers of the City of Tears rests a single bench. Though this bench does share a design with the majority of other benches, one of its legs is propped up slightly, giving the sitter a change in atmosphere, and with it, a change in perspective. In the distance, a somber melody can be heard, playing sorrow and seclusion for those who hear it. The melody is accented by the sound of aged city sewage trickling down through the pipes, thickening the air with moisture and coating the bench in a greasy slime. This atmosphere is completely unique for a Hollowness bench, but its benefits extend far beyond its immediate vicinity. Just nearby, enigmatic flukes wriggle about the waterways. Seeing one majestically walk about with its cute little feet is a treat in itself. But when it spots some prey, it violently wiggles its body while babbling in a guttural tongue. But this isn't its only sound, of course. Cutting the creature in half will force its severed head to shriek as it floats around the room, spewing its vitality from its posterior. Cute. For the experience of owning a bench in the waterways and having easy access to all the adorable little friends that live nearby, we ask for a small fee of 80,000 bug monies. It may sound like a lot, but just think. Can you really live another day without being able to listen to the harmonious sound of a fluke? Down in the noxious tunnels of the fungal wastes, a hidden burrow hides a special bench that can't be found anywhere else. That's right. The soft belly of this legless bug corpse provides an excellent place to sit down and rest, and therefore it can be considered a bench. And directly in front of the bench rests a scrawny little bug with long, majestic antennae and large, glossy eyes. He provides wonderful company with his charming manner of speaking and his comely appearance. This creature goes by the name of Leg Eater. And after a sufficient rest and a riveting conversation with your new friend, you can venture out into the sporific fungal wastes and meet some delightful little mushroom men going about their day. They might not be quite so happy to see you though. But just listening to their little squeaks can mend even the deepest wounds of the heart. With the amount of style that this unique bench provides and the pleasant company that resides nearby, we cannot let this bench go for anything less than 100,000 bug monies. And if you don't purchase this bench, just think of how lonely little Leg Eater will be. And those were all of our absolute best and most expensive benches. Were there any that caught your eye? Did you think their prices were fair? Or maybe you think that some other Hollowness benches are better than the ones on this list. Let me know in the comments. If you like this weird take on the top 5 benches in Hollowness, then feel free to check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching, people. Now there's no bench here, but I could sit in this spot and listen to the guttural sniveling of entombed husks for hours. Wow. Absolutely amazing.